Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of The Doctors, the Tom Baker years. Tom Baker, even. Years. This was requested by someone on the Facebook group, the Doctor's Assistant 1 Facebook group, so yeah, thanks to them for giving me the heads up that they wanted to watch this, so hopefully they do. But basically, it's a behind the scenes, not so much documentary thing, but a set of interviews and that, and I think, from what I remember, it was quite some time ago now that I bought this. I think I want to say I know where I got it from, but just not so much how much I paid for it. I got it from HMV, and I think for $9.99, which, if that is the case, I think it's a good deal, especially if obviously you're a big enough fan of Mr. Tom Baker, and obviously I am. So you've got Tom Baker at the front, and you've got Louise Jameson, Elizabeth Sladen, Mary Tamm, and Ian Marter, I think it is, and then it just says here, meet the stars from the TV's top science fiction series, and then on the spine it says about the same sort of stuff as on the front, and on the back it's got special features introduction by Nicholas Briggs and producer person there, who I can't pronounce the name of, and then it goes over that it's 6 documentaries. They're more like little interviews, are the best in-depth interviews with Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor, Elizabeth Sladen, Sarah Jane Smith, Ian Marter, Harry, Louise Jameson, Leela, Mary Tamm, Romana, and John Levine, voice for K9. Ever Undertaken, presented by the voice of the Daleks, Nicholas Briggs. For all Doctor Who fans, this 2-disc special collector's edition is 5 hours of pure nostalgia, which will give you a whole new insight into the making of your favourite science fiction series. And then you've got both the discs, and they've also got who is being interviewed in which ones in that. So what did I think of this? I think for $9.99 it's definitely worth it. It's a very good compilation of interviews, and some of which I found out new things, such as that Mary Tamm went to theatre in Bradford, which is interesting considering I live in Bradford. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting, as well as just that Ian Marter really liked Doctor Who to such a degree that he even wrote, I think, either one or even more of his own target novelization versions of episodes, like, you know, sort of tried to basically get the script of the original one and sort of tighten it up as a book and that, because I know Terrance Dicks and Robert Holmes and quite a few of the, for lack of a better term, golden oldies of Classic Who did that a lot, and that with different stories, but I didn't know Ian Marter did that, which is the guy who played Harry. Tom's great in this, as usual, as is Elizabeth Sladen and that, and it's kind of scary to think that both Elizabeth Sladen and Mary Tamm aren't alive anymore, as is Ian Marter as well. I think Ian passed away somewhat after this interview thing he did as well, which is really spooky. So really the only person who's still, or 2 people who are still alive from this are Louise Jameson and the guy who voices K9, which is, I forgot his name, John Leeson. So yeah, pretty spooky really. But yeah, I mean, I know in the future on Amazon you can get the 7th Doctor one, which is interesting to me, as well as a Arch Enemy one and that, and I don't really get how that one would work, and that, but yeah, Nicholas Briggs interviews these people, and they are pretty extensive. They don't just go over Doctor Who, of course, but I still find that fascinating, learning just more about different people, you know, the way Louise Jameson is to that of Sarah Jane, Elizabeth Sladen even, and or Mary Tamm. They're all very different people, and yeah, and they all have different stories to tell, and let's be honest, Tom Baker is one of the most different of people you can meet, and one thing that I do like about the Tom Baker one is that they go back to the set, well, not set, sorry, location even of Android Invasion, and go there. That one's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. And Tom admits how he found kind of playing the part of the Doctor somewhat challenging in the aspect of keeping it fresh. That, you know, a sense of him failing as the hero, though. How do you make that interesting week after week? And I think, to be fair, credit where credit is due, I think Peter Davison did bring a sort of sense of doubtability and that to the character, even though the irony is that he is the hero. So it's like, as a kid, you're supposed to be like, you know, like in awe of this person that he will save the day. But if you do that too well, then some kids might just twig on, oh yeah, the bad guy's never going to lose, no matter how good the story is written. But yeah, I mean, as well, I think that's why Tom said in this, that's why he does just stop a lot in the middle of corridors. Like, you know, he's not actually doing it because he's trying to be eccentric or anything. He's just doing it because, you know, he's trying to pace out the dialogue, you know, or make it so that it looks like we might lose or at any moment, and that, or that the Doctor's just been a bit eccentric, or that he is, just sort of padding out the story a bit because they've only written like 10 minutes of dialogue when actually it's a 20-minute scene, you know, or just trying to make it more just engaging and more energetic and fun for kids to watch as well as and engage with, and that. And I think he was great. He's a great ambassador for the show, but also he's great just understanding what the show might need then and there, you know, and that. And I think it's such a shame that a lot of directors and producers and people behind the scenes didn't really get that. Like, Tom actually cared about the show so much, and that, I think it was more the way he went about things like that, which is such a shame, really. But as I say, the interviews are really good, and that, you know, going over their characters, who they were, why they may or may not have had as much development as they might have wanted and whatnot, you know. Like, Mary Tam goes on about how she did enjoy Doctor Who and did enjoy doing the one season arc that was the Key to Time series, but also liked, obviously, you know, doing the more big Hollywoody stuff, as she was doing that sort of stuff at the time. And that, you know, and moving on, doing other things. It's kind of interesting, someone at college, one of the support staff at college had said she'd worked with Mary Tam and that, and I thought that was really fascinating. And that, so, and I think but she didn't, the support staff person that I'm on about didn't know that Mary Tam actually worked on Doctor Who and that, because she was quite a big name person at the time of clearly being in Doctor Who and that. And I would have thought, logically, she comes across like the type of person who would have thought Doctor Who would have been beneath her, but I mean, she still did it, so, and she came back for the Big Finish audios for that second series of Fourth Doctor Adventures, so, you know, she can't have been that above it, you know, and I've never met her, so, and obviously I can't now, because she's no longer with us, unfortunately, but yeah, I think if you're any bit the fan of the Fourth Doctor, or his era, or just finding out more about behind the scenes of the show, or actors, or you're wanting to get into acting, and that, then I think all those reasons would be a good reason, or good reasons, to pick this one up, because, you know, there's more than enough things to just get out of this, you know. Whether it be acting tips or tips for life, you know, life lessons, or you know, just interesting trivia about behind the scenes of Doctor Who, which I'm always fascinated by, you know. So yeah, I'd highly recommend this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.